You're watching the Sci Conference 2015. My name is Lars Sørensen. We're here in London talking to exhibitors, keynote speakers, our conference chairs, and all these other people connected to the conference. Great that you're watching. Maybe you're watching because you were here. Maybe you're just curious what it's all about. Well, we're going to provide you some information on that. And if you like this video, hopefully you will be sharing it, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we will be providing the entire keynotes of all the talks we had here, so you can all watch them easily. We're going to talk to one of our visitors, Professor Yvo Desmedt, originally from Flandern, which I like. It's our neighbor country, but recently you're very connected to the University of Texas, Dallas, and the University College of London, just around the corner, and an expert, a professor and doctor in also specialized in security, privacy, and hacking. If we were to conclude that at this conference a lot of people are here because they are busy with putting more things in connection, more things online, more things automated, then the focus of security and privacy, are you happy with the focus that is there for that topic?
So I think if you look at the aspect of research, there's a lot of research that's taking place today. There's a lot of funding available for research to improve the security. Also, education over the last 20 years has improved. There are more universities that offer MSCs and other programs in information security. On the other hand, if you look at deployment, and also if you look at the budgets, you now have, for example, many apps that many corporations make. And what happens is that many of those new apps, they basically were made by corporations or small startups that have $0 budget or €0 budget for the security aspects.
All the money goes to the marketing and to the...
Exactly, and that makes them hackable, and that, as a consequence of that, your mobile or your other application on which you run your platform becomes vulnerable. And that is a serious the problem that we face. Also, if you think about Internet of Things or about smart meters and all this, they have almost no security, making our society more and more vulnerable.
Let's talk a little bit about that risk. Just how big is that risk? Like, what threatens us if we haven't taken care of the right security?
So one aspect is we are lucky actually that in the last years hacking has been taken over by the criminal organizations. That means that they have a profit in mind. But if you look at critical infrastructures, we are lucky, as I said, because criminals do not see, in general, a benefit, financial benefit in hacking critical infrastructures. However, if you look at foreign nations or terrorists, they have such they may have such an agenda in the future, and so that is the aspect that needs to be secured. We don't want to have no electricity due to hacking, for example, or no gas to your home in the winter. So you cannot heat due to hacking. That is a concern. That's the worst scenario. More and more we computerize, the more and more this unlikely scenario, the scenario which was unlikely 10 or 15 years ago, is becoming the potential problem.
You've been into this topic for 30 years.
Yes, more than 30 years.
More than 30 years. And you also predicted that these hacking actions would become bigger and bigger. Like the example of the nuclear centrifuges you gave.
Basically, I predicted that control plants would be hacked and that protection needed to be done. And I predicted that in 1983. And actually, the Stuxnet is an example of an attack against the control system of the centrifuges.
So, if we were to be fair, then it would be fair to say that if you're developing any kind of instrument or our system that's connected, then obviously not privacy, but security should be like a main topic, right?
It should be there from day one.
Yeah.
Yes, and one should make sure that those organizations and companies that make apps in particular or other software have a budget for security and take security into account from day one. Yes.
You're a professor, you see a lot of students, papers, research. Are there any papers or research at this moment that you find very interesting when it comes to the topic of security?
There is a lot of papers. The problem is the deployment doesn't happen, and also then when new software is being developed, security concerns are not taken into account. There's a lot of interesting research taking place in many areas in security, which I'm very happy with.
Have you discovered some interesting pieces, talks, or
so, for example,
things
tomorrow,
in the conference here?
yes, tomorrow there's a keynote in the morning that is related to security and on cloud security, and that definitely I will attend because it seems very interesting topic.
The SCI conference as a whole, you are here obviously because the university is also just around the corner. But would there also be another reason for you to specifically to attend the SCI conference?
So I was asked to be on the steering committee of this conference, which I accepted gladly, and that's one of also the reasons that I'm actually here.
Yeah, hoping to meet people from other fields. Is that important for you to?
Yes, I think it's important to meet people from other fields. I met people who are working on biometric authentication, on which I have not worked in the last decades. I used to work on that long time ago, and so I was aware of some of the attacks that have taken place by people in Japan, and now how the new fingerprint readers actually protect against that type of attack.
Very interesting, and I'm very happy that you were able to share with us just some information and underline the importance. Then we were talking about security, but you also mentioned that privacy is very a topic, a thing.
Watches what we're doing. So we're moving more and more away from a society in which privacy was guaranteed. And so that is a big topic. And so one of the topics on which I do a lot of research is to see how we can actually make techniques to protect the privacy. And it's also a concern, in particularly for people using smartphones now. And some of this made the news recently, where you leak your location to Google when you're using an Android.
Yes, and then obviously then we get two things together. We have privacy and security and the possible risks of those two being leaked. Then because if I would be hacked, my security is an issue and my privacy is out there, right?
Yes, that's a problem. And so people have had, for example, their laptop or mobile stolen, and then it's just not the issue only of the security aspect, but also that then your bank information and other information becomes available about you. And so some people have had their life ruined. Also, if you look at Target, a large corporation in the United States, last year they had a major hack and several million of credit card numbers were actually found that way. So there are serious problems that also the lack of security and the possibility of hacking impact on privacy. Yes.
Underlining the importance of security and privacy and hacking, Yvo Desmedt, professor at the University of Texas in Dallas and connected to the University College in London. Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
If you're enjoying this talk, maybe you're enjoying a lot of the other talks that we created here with keynotes, with conference chairs, with people from the steering committee, exhibitors and participants at the SCI Conference 2015. And hopefully we get you curious, and that will make that we see you here next year.